It's time for your July Q&A. Isn't that exciting? So yes, this is the Unravel Collective. Welcome in. My name is Yvonne. I channel the Ninth Dimension Arcturian Council. And the first Saturday of every month, I ask you guys to submit your questions for the Council for the Arcturians. And then I select 5 from the emails that are submitted and I channel them for you. I do not open the emails prior to right now. When I am selecting them, I simply go by looking at the names and what is intuitively or who knows how else is being pulled to be the one selected, so to speak. Okay, so let's get started with our Q&A. The first email that stood out to me was Julie. And her question is, do they have any guidance for me as I begin the next phase of my life? I am reaching a milestone with my divorce and I will begin 50-50 time sharing with my son's father. I believe this is an extremely important turning point that will bring many changes. I want to step into this new phase as gracefully as possible. Thank you, Julie. Okay, Julie. So let's tap in and see what the Arcturians have to share with you. The question is, do they have any guidance for me as I begin the next phase of my life? Yes, dear. So, the first thing we would like to say is that we are very happy, let's say, filled with joy at the courage that you have demonstrated in taking actions that are best for you, your development, and your evolution. So right away, what we are sensing here as we take a look at just a glimpse of what has occurred for you here in this lifetime, we're sensing that there is a great lesson being learned here in taking care of oneself, of stepping forward out of the expectations of others, out of the realm of disappointment or shame, or this idea that it's selfish to want or desire to fulfill your own needs. Yes? And so what we're seeing is that it took great courage to step forward into this. And so yes, you are correct in saying that you are in a transition where you must be graceful with yourself. Yes? Offer yourself the grace and compassion and love that you would offer anyone else as you do so kindly for others. Do this for yourself now. Yes? And so what we're seeing is that indeed there are beautiful things ahead for you. We see a peace coming over you that perhaps has not felt quite like this ever before. A sort of relief, so to speak. A relief of knowing oneself, or the time to know oneself, and the time and space to develop oneself. Again, without the heaviness of feeling that you are disappointing someone. So the guilt of wanting or needing to fulfill on your own desires will now be released from you in order for you to advance yourself in the way and in the highest potential that you have available to you here, now, in this lifetime, in this moment. And what we're seeing is that this will be a beautiful blossoming for you. It will be quite easeful for you. We see a field of beautiful wild flowers blowing in the wind. And what this symbolizes for us is this ease of growth without distraction. This ease of simply being in the sunlight, blowing in the wind, simply experiencing your existence, so to speak. experiencing it in peace and quiet, and with an allowance to simply be. Again, without expectation. So here it used to be that perhaps you and your behaviors, so to speak, or your actions were dominated by the expectations of others. And so what may come, the only thing we see here that we would like to warn you of, perhaps, is that since that is no longer there, that you may create this for yourself. Yes? So although you have released the expectation of others, you may then feel the need to create expectation or pressure for yourself. And so we want you to be aware of this and allow yourself to simply be in the process of what is developing for you. Because we see that if you allow this without expectation, it will come quite peacefully and easily for you. Again, like a little white flower blowing in the wind in a field with many other flowers doing the exact same thing. So surround yourself with others who are allowing you the space and time to develop yourself and evolve yourself, and allowing you to fulfill the needs that you have for yourself. This is what we see as a beautiful, beautiful development for you and your soul at this time. Thank you for this question. Thank you. All right, wonderful. That was really lovely. And I just want to say that when I channel, I do have the sensation of feeling into what they're speaking of. And so yes, I'll see the image of the flower, but I can feel the ease and peace with which that existence or that energy is existing in. And it was really lovely. So thank you for that, because it's a reminder to me too, and for anyone listening, that we can allow ourselves to be, so that we can open up ourselves in new ways, and new evolutionary experiences without forcing or putting pressure or expectation on us, right? All right, so let's see who else is popping out here. I'm not sure how to say this name. I don't know if it's a first or last name, so forgive me, but I'm just going to say Hanane. Hanane. Okay. So, excuse me. So here's the question. In my expansion process, I'm getting really close to opening my third eye, and I've been deeply feeling my heart expanding. What can I do to open my third eye? All right. So let's tap in and see what the Arcturians would like to share with you. The question is, what can I do to open my third eye? Dear one, first we would like to say that there is a playfulness that must be acknowledged here, and we want to acknowledge this, yes? So we would like to say thank you for offering such a joy to the world, a playfulness to the world. We see this as one of your greatest gifts, and so we would like to say thank you for offering a childlike innocence, for offering this energy to all of those around you. And what we're seeing, my dear one, is that when it comes to your third eye, yes, you are accelerating quite quickly into a new realm of knowing, a new energy field, tapping into new abilities, so to speak. These abilities have always been with you, however, and so simply this is just remembering and tapping into a greater potential that you carry within you already. So there is not necessarily a development or an opening, so to speak. It's really just remembering what you already carry within you. Yes. And so we would like to acknowledge that you actually have a very great capacity in your heart space, and that you already have been aligning your heart space with your third eye, because there is a integrity, so to speak, for you to maintain that what you see through the third eye, any clarity, visions, knowings, so to speak, are aligned with the heart space. So integrity is quite important to you. Feeling responsible for what you offer the world is very important to you, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And this alignment with the heart and what you see through the third eye, this is going to become much, much stronger for you, much clearer for you. And we are seeing a bright light here. So what we're seeing again is simply a laser focus being stationed here, so to speak, and opening it little by little, revealing more and more and more to you. So again, already what is here, but the laser light just opening, clearing away any veil that is here, any shaded area, any blockages, so to speak. And this will just simply create the window to see what is already there. Yes. So, like a pressure washer, so to speak, just clearing the way, clearing the window, so that you can be available and connected to this ability you already hold within you. So what we see is that you will be developing a great ability to have vision, to see with clarity, to have knowing, and to be able to offer this to others. And perhaps you already experienced this. Perhaps you can already see when someone comes to you for guidance, or a friend is coming to you to hear them in a time of need, that you can see quite clearly what is before them, what is needed, what assistance they need, how they need it, how it is said so that they receive it. What can I do with my actions so that they can receive the information I want to share with them? We see this as a great gift of yours already, in which you have a knowing of what is needed in the moment. So this will just become stronger and more clear to you, and you will have visions, perhaps for the collective, of what is needed now in this moment. And you will be able to share this and articulate this, perhaps in a way that you have not yet done. So this is what we would like to share with you today. Thank you for your work, my dear one. We acknowledge you and we bow to you for all the magnificent work you are doing here on the planet. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm just gonna cut this bit of filming, and then I'm gonna start a new one, okay? Okay, new clip. I just like to do that so that in case I lose one, I don't lose the whole thing I filmed, I just lose a little bit. All right, so let's see. Johanna is sticking out. Okay. Hi, Yvonne and the Arcturians. I couldn't choose only one question, so you can choose one for me. Okay, wonderful. Let's see. Okay, so the one sticking out to me is question number 2. My beloved cat passed away last year, and I've always felt she was my soulmate. What is our connection, and is she still with me in some way? Okay, so let's tap in and see what the Arcturians have to say here. My beloved cat passed away last year. What is our connection? Is she still with me? Hello, my dear one. Yes, 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 yes. What a beautiful, beautiful connection you two have. And in fact, you are with each other over and over and over again, and in many ways, and in every capacity known to be possible, so to speak. But mostly what we're seeing is that this little soul, this little spirit, this little guide, and when we say little, actually, when it comes to guidance, she is quite big. This is not a little guide. This is a guide that you hold near and dear to you. Always one of your main sources of comfort in every lifetime. And so what we're seeing is that, yes, she does enjoy coming to you and being with you in the manner of a pet. Because this is comforting, this is a way to be with someone without the expectation or strife of a relationship, so to speak. Yes, it's much easier for us to be with our soulmate in the form of a pet, because they are simply there to support us, and we do not have to be anything other than ourselves, especially in the privacy of our own homes, where we do not feel that we have to perform in any way. We do not have to say or speak the right words, feel the right thing, act the right way. We can simply be ourselves in a space of respite, so to speak, that is provided by our pets. We can be as sad, as angry, as disappointed, as numb, as unmotivated, or as joyful as we want to be. Because what often happens is when we are around our pets, we get the healing relief of love and joy. Yes, because there is the ability to simply be who we are in that moment. Yes, they accept us regardless of how or who we are being. And they are able to determine what is needed in that moment to offer a frequency in which will calm you, strengthen you, comfort you, whatever it is you need. They are very, very qualified at this type of work. And so what we're seeing is that, yes, indeed, you are soulmates of a sort, yes, and that you do enjoy being with one another in each lifetime in this capacity, where one is simply a support to the other. So this may be surprising to you to hear, but you have been the pet for them. So this is something where you can be together without the drama, so to speak, of a human-human interaction, of the drama of, again, trying to be what the other wants you to be, so to speak. So here we are, where you are always together in this way, in this simple, comfort, generous, beautiful, healing way of supporting one another. And we do see that she will return in this lifetime to you, perhaps in another pet, because again, this is what we see you strongly enjoy being for one another. And perhaps you have already experienced this, where one pet has passed and this same type of personality, so to speak, comes in to another pet that you receive, or comes to you, comes into your life. So we do see that she will be returning to you in a physical way in this lifetime, but to also remind you that she is always with you, especially at night when you are sleeping, We see that she still enjoys being with you in bed, curling up next to you, yes. And at times also not sleeping with you, but rather as a way, almost as keeping guard over you, sitting near you or in the bedroom with you. So yes, she would like to say that she is still with you and she hears you. So speak to her at any time. So yes, this is what we would like to share with you. Thank you so much for this question. Thank you. All right, wonderful. I'm a huge cat lover myself, so I like hearing that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Okay. Deanna is popping out. I love all your work. Thank you for sharing your gifts. I was hoping the Arcturians could dive deeper into action steps for your channel session. Oh, a sacred transformation is happening. Oh, wow. Okay, I hardly ever remember what I channel. So hopefully they will be able to tap into what that was. Okay, a sacred transformation is happening. Vaguely remember what was said in that. All right, I'm getting caught up in the videos and research. How do I take action and channel or open my clairvoyance, audience, etc.? I'm getting caught up in the videos and research. How do I take action and channel or find my own way of receiving messages, making contact? I know I'm the cusp of doing things myself, but perhaps fear and self-doubt are holding me back. All right. So let's just see what comes up and what comes through around all of this question. So I'm going to focus on how do I take action and channel or find my own way of receiving messages and making contact. Okay, Deanna, let's see. Yes, hello, dear one. What an exciting time this is for you, because we do see that you are opening yourself up in a great enthusiastic way. This is the word that's coming through. Such joy and excitement and enthusiasm about what is coming, what is developing within you, what you are now beginning to experience at higher and higher levels. And so what we see, and we even begin to speak faster here, is an acceleration of this development, an acceleration of growth, an acceleration of exposure, yes, but through the excitement and love and joy of a true opening here, a true opening of the heart space. So this is where we would like you to focus. Here in your heart. Not so much about strategy and thinking. The mind will always lead us into strategic lines of thought, yes? Where, what's the next step? And after that, what's the next step? And after that, what's the next step? The mind will always leave us wanting more. And so, and many times not fulfilled, because I want more. What's the next thing? Next thing. So we ask you to drop into your heart, align your heart with your mind, because we are not separate from the mind. We are humans here in this existence right now, in this reality. So we must learn how to align heart and mind and body, all activated and operating as one system. And this is where you will find the ability to know what the next step is. Again, not because you were operating or being motivated from the need to grow an audience, the need to develop a certain ability, but rather that it naturally and organically creates itself when you are aligned with your desire. So desires can come from ego, or desires can come from the heart space, which is much more aligned with intuition and the seed of the heart that is sprouting within you, that gives you the knowledge of next step. So you may be taking steps from the mind, you may be taking steps from the heart, and they will be very different experiences. So we would like you to simply sit with what is driving this desire. Is this a desire from the seed of my heart, or a seed from my heart, or is this a desire being driven by conditioning that is causing me to feel that I have to rush into this development, rush into a growing, rush into strategy, rush into a plan, rush into structure? Does this make sense to you, my dear one? There is a much more peace when it comes from the heart. And when there is peace, there is an opening to be able to see this clairvoyance that you're speaking of. If you are too wrapped up in the strategy in mind, this closes itself off. So, in order to gain the clairvoyance and vision that you wish for, you must be aligned with the heart. The heart creates opening, the heart creates expansion, the heart creates clarity. This chatter up here creates confusion and the ability not to focus and the desire for others to see you, rather than a peace and knowing of what is to be seen. We hope this makes sense to you, my dear one. Thank you so very much for your question. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that was cool. I like that. I would love that. That was so awesome. All right, I'm going to cut this little clip and start a new one. And we have one more question left, okay? Wow, Deanna, I really love that one. All right, let's see who else pops out here. This is interesting. And okay, I don't know how to. Forgive me if I say this wrong. Sirajum or Sirajum. This question is, what are twin flames? Do they exist, or are they a myth? So I love this question because, yeah, what's up with twin flames? So let's see what they have to offer us around this. I mean, my foot's falling asleep. Okay. Really interested, because this whole twin flame situation confuses me too. All right, so let's tap in. Hello, my dear one. Yes, what a interesting fascination humans have with this idea of twin flame. So what we're seeing as we take a look at how to offer you guidance around this question is that many of you do indeed have, so to speak, a soul mate or soul family, a soul bond with someone that is in many ways, an agreed partner to provide the shadow aspect of oneself, so to speak. And this does not need to be as dramatic as so many make it out to be. Okay, so what we're seeing is that there is a partnership with another, and this can even be within soul level. This is not just human experience, this is also soul level, where you are in many ways the two sides of one coin, so to speak. So you are in many ways the same person, yet you are experiencing two sides of your existence, or two sides of your evolution or development, let's say. And so when you have agreed to interact with one another in a lifetime or in an experience as a human being, you will often be met with a challenging relationship. Now, this does not mean that it needs to be sexual or intimate. This can also be son, daughter, mother, father. It can also be a friend. Yes? So, what we're seeing is that this is simply an opportunity that you have agreed upon to provide yourselves with the ability or with the opportunity to see one another, to experience one another in a way that causes you both growth. So oftentimes what we're seeing is that the one who is the shiny side of the coin, so to speak, will meet the shadow and feel like, I have to heal this shadow. I am connected here as a healer. I am connected and drawn and pulled in here to be the one to heal this person. I am responsible for the healing. If I am not there, they will never heal. And this is not accurate. They, the shadow, is in many ways informing shiny person over here, shiny side of the coin, many ways informing you on things that must be addressed and need to be healed within yourself. So there is sometimes a bit of a pulling towards one another. Yes. But oftentimes it is seen as one of you, the shadow side, is the one that needs the most help. Not the case. Not the case. So be open to seeing that when you come into shadow self with another person, that they are here to also support you and to also have you open yourself up to new healing. Yes? And that oftentimes the shadow person is going to be met with the shiny person, individual, and that they will be a bit repelled by this. Because there is a part and an aspect to shadow self that wants to remain where it is. There's a comfort in whatever shadow self is experiencing. Something that comes to mind is victimization, so to speak. So there's a comfort here, there's a comfort, and when one meets the potential for who and what they could be, well, my gosh, that takes a lot of energy. I don't think I have that. I'm going to resist knowing that that's even possible for me. So I'm going to distance myself. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to come way over here, and when I feel that I need it, I'll come a little closer. Oh, no, a little closer. Okay, so this is also an opportunity for shadow self to accept higher potential. So there is an opening possible here. There's a pathway possible here for evolution of shadow self, yes? So basically what we're seeing is there is an agreement to bring opportunity for evolution and healing for both of you. And you are the same person in many respects. You present as individual, but in many respects you are one and the same. You are one soul, fractal of one soul, providing a deeper healing here. So this is a little bit of, in many ways, and oftentimes a little bit more of an advanced healing state, because it is more treacherous, so to speak, because it can be a bit more challenging. To experience this type of healing. And it can feel quite unstable at times. But yes, this does not happen in every lifetime. This is not an agreement that you take on every time you come into human experience. But yes, it is one pathway towards healing. Thank you for this question. Thank you. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I had never heard it discussed in that way. I mean, kind of, but not, in those words. So that was really great. Thank you so much for your question. So let's see. I think that was everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5 questions. All right. Thank you so much for everyone who submitted questions. I really enjoy doing this for you. I hope that it helps all of us. I know that I enjoy getting guidance from your questions for myself. So I think that if you stuck through all the questions, there were some definitely nuggets of wisdom for all of us to receive. Thank you, and I look forward to doing our August Q&A, and I will remind you when that time is to submit your questions the last week of July. And if you liked today's video, please give me your thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit your notification bell so that you know when I am releasing a new video. It's usually every Saturday with guidance from the Arcturians. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you're having a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. See you next time. Bye.